Now, Tikbalangs, Capre, and aswang are just some of the Pinoy creatures we often see in the movies. But in a card game, well, why not? There's a company out there which developed a collectible card game based on Filipino myth and folklore. It's called Lagim, a survival game of strategy and luck set in the 17th century Philippines. Now, with us this morning is the brains behind Lagim, Fiction Mind CEO and founder Augusto Ayo. Good morning, Augusto. Glad you could join us here in New Day.
Good morning, Paolo.
Hey.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Great to have you. Now, this is pretty interesting, Augusto. Have you always loved local mythology? I mean, I'm a bit of an aficionado myself, and I love the idea that you took folklore like this and brought it to a game that's really on a whole different level. Tell us about how Lagim started.
Well, yeah, to give you a brief background on how we came about the game. We're actually from a design firm, and we were one of the few companies that was developing products for the action in extreme sports. So during the course of time, we actually extended our design field and actually won. In fact, last year. Won a competition, international competition for an international brand. So right now, I can't say at the moment what's the brand, but it's a testament to what our capabilities are and the Filipino talent in general. So having said it's high time for us to apply our expertise and design expertise and to promote original Filipino content. So initially we were looking for a platform to foster relations and connect somehow generations. So at the time we actually were doing iterations for a card design, and we were getting a lot of positive feedback with that design. So we really realized that we can merge the two concepts and come up with a card game that would actually foster the Filipino original content and storytelling.
That sounds really interesting, Augusto. If I can jump in, a big draw of Lagim is not just the gameplay itself; it's also the art, and there's a difference when you have tabletop or pen and paper RPG games like this versus a lot of the video games out there. But there's an aspect of the things being collectible, of people really appreciating the gameplay and the various elements of the game because of the amount of artistry that goes into it. Tell us about that side of it.
Yes, we actually wanted the card game to be more than just a card game. So in doing that, we really applied this specific artistry, the Gothic feel, and it's a merge of Gothic art and folk art. And so one of my inspirations for doing the artwork is based on William Turner and William Blake. So their artwork are mostly emotional and a little bit of dark. So we wanted that feel. We wanted that adult Gothic feel, so that it's more than it will be more than just a card game. It would be something that you treasure and something you can appreciate every once in a while. So that's the idea behind the painterly and artistry look of the card.
Right. It's not just cards here. We're talking about you've got little artifacts. You've got physical objects like soul coins, which adds to the the collectible aspect of the game as well.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All right. Well, how's it played? Can you help us understand, the basics for people who want to sort of imagine what it's like to actually get into this card game?
Okay.
Go.
It's a elimination type of gameplay. So you're presented with a centerpiece that's called the Lagim forest, and around it are the barrios, which represent the players. So each player is given tokens, a dark token and a barrio token, depending on the number of players. So on the middle, inside the Lagim forest, you have two decks. One deck would be the Lagim cards. The Lagim cards would consist of your Philippine the creatures from the Philippine folklore. It's like the Tikbalangs, Capres, aswang, duende, and nuno sa punso, and other creatures. So you have on the other deck, you have the Hiwaga and the Lakas cards. You basically use this deck to defend your barrios, and also use this one as combo for attacking or defending your barrios. So basically, the goal is to let other players sacrifice their souls, their tokens, and the last player that have the barrio soul coin wins the game. So basically, we're keeping we targeted that the gameplay would be simple enough to be played by a 10-year-old, but entertaining enough to be played by a young adult or a professional.
It sounds really interesting, Augusto, and it really is a great way to sort of bridge generations, as you said, and keep people sort of abreast and keep Filipino folklore alive. Before I let you go, I just want to ask, where can people find the game if they're interested to buy this? I mean, really, we need to find ways to continue to spend our time. Where can we grab a set of Lagim?
So it's right now we're selling it online on our official official website. So it's lagimcardgame.com. So also this month we're preparing for the US and Canada customers.
All
so
right.
Right now it's totally available in the Philippine market.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Augusto, for joining us here today on New Day for
Thank you.
all the news you need and more.